Day 50? Wow. All right. Back home from work, successful day. Just drove around a bunch, talked with a few customers, sold yet another roof, just cool. But one of the customers and I were talking about how just like this whole last decade has kind of just flown by. And I was telling them like, yeah, I mean, a decade ago I was still in a band, like drumming constantly, almost every single day for hours on end. It got me thinking like, yeah, I mean, you guys know that I drum, but I haven't actually shown you guys the cool music video that we made like a decade ago. So I'm gonna roll that because it just brings back good memories for me with some of my best friends and the guys that I grew up with. So enjoy.
Spread your wings, don't look back, press on. Don't let it tear you apart. Spread your wings, don't look back, press on. Don't let it tear you apart. Stop looking back, it's in the past. There's nothing left for you to see. You're lying to yourself. Just steady on your course and don't fear to follow that voice that guides your heart. And I know you've been hurt. I hope you know it breaks my heart. Break free from the pain and listen when we say, spread your wings, don't look back, press on. Don't let it tear you apart. Spread your wings, don't look back, press on. Don't let it tear you apart. And don't forget to live each day as if it were your last day. Your last day. Your last
Now, it is insane to me that it has been over a decade since all of that happened. I mean, we were touring pretty consistently through different churches and different venues and different things. And we had a decent following for what we were. I mean, we were just a small little Christian rock screamo, million different things kind of a band, but it was so fun, just so freaking fun. Like, we had a tour bus, we had I have footage somewhere on like a little disc somewhere. I have footage of like being on tour and like in our little tour bus, which was like a city bus that we gutted and put like bunk beds and slept in Walmart parking lots and just had an absolute blast. But that was over a decade ago, because it was 10 years ago that we stopped playing together. We've done a couple of little comeback shows when I would visit from Colorado, but it's been over 10 years since we've done that consistently. And I haven't drummed consistently in like probably 6 years. So everything in life has just really changed, and the ebbs and flows of life have caused that portion of my life to just kind of erode, which I'm not fully upset about. Like, touring and practice and all the things that come along with being in a band and writing songs and the constant pressure of performing kind of gets to you after a time. So do I miss it? Absolutely. But do I wish for that to be a part of my life currently? Not so much. And that's only because I like my life right now. I've got my little girl that I hang out with all the time. I've got a beautiful wife that I get to just enjoy being around. I don't have to worry about constantly being gone. But the whole band scene, like that, it was such a fun time of life. Like we just had a great time, like recording and doing the things that go along with that, like going into studios and laying down tracks and then writing songs and getting together and just hanging out until 1 or 2 in the morning and going through different motions as far as like, well, this song is written for these reasons. And a lot of our music was really just to inspire and bring about hope, which I think in current times is something we kind of need. See, we live in a world right now that is searching so deeply and so passionately for something that's greater than themselves. You know, it's why during this whole pandemic thing that we're going through, it's like, yeah, just wear a mask, just do your part, and people grab a hold of that so tightly and so effortlessly because they want to be a part of something that's greater than themselves, not realizing that that's the hope that we, as Christians and believers, find in Jesus. Like, that's kind of preachy, that kind of sounds lame, but that's where it is. And I know that I'm kind of just rambling on, but to be fair, I warned you at the very beginning of these vlogs that you might just get a 20-minute ramble of me just talking, because I really, really enjoy talking. It's one of the reasons that I wanted to become a youth pastor back in the day, and I was a youth pastor for a bit and doing all that because I just really enjoy talking to people and telling them how much they are loved, how much they are needed in this world, how their gifts and their abilities and the things that they do are so unique to them that it's needed in this world. It's needed today, right now, in this very moment. Like, we talk about people who are like creatives of the world. Well, that's not just like me, like someone who can operate a camera or drum. That's you. That's everybody. We are designed to create. You have different gifts and different talents and different abilities that I will never possess. Like, if you put a piece of paper and one of the nicest pens in the world in my hand to go draw something spectacular, it is never gonna happen. You might get a half-assed stick figure, and that's all you're ever gonna get from me. But you put drumsticks in my hand and put me behind a band who can play music and perform, and you're gonna get a very different approach to how creativity is spilled through me at that point. Because that's kind of what I do. Like, I love to drum. I love to create in that way. I love to make videos or shoot photos or do things like that. But you may not see it as that, but like, you've got those same gifts, talents, and abilities, just completely in a different scope than even something that I could do. So anyways, that's the daily vlog. You know, this is kind of what it's all about. It's like, wow, what can I rant about today? What can I just go off on today? Because at the end of the day, I'm just working. I'm just going through life. I'm going through the motions just like you are. But I'm also trying to find things that are interesting to talk about or interesting to show you, or, you know, if we're like remodeling, that's super cool. Or if I just want to go off on a rant about how I was in a band for a long time and like we made albums, we actually have music that's on Spotify that's played in like Japan still. I'm gonna show you because I think that's kind of interesting. And if you don't, hit that unsubscribe button. But if you like this kind of content, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. Shameless plug. Well, that's kind of all I got for you guys today. It's the daily vlog. It's every single day. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
There is mercy, there